Well, good morning to all dear students. Students, today we will start the new topic in economics of class 10 social science. This is topic number 2. This is topic number 2. Now we start. Today what we are doing? We are doing chapter 2 and topic number 2. Topic name is comparing the three sectors. In the last topic we have discussed about the three sectors of the Indian economy. Now the new topic, in this new topic we have to compare the three sectors of the economy. Now what we have to compare, what are the major questions which are being asked in the board. Let's go through the topic first. The various production activities in the primary sector and tertiary sector produces a very large number of goods and services. देखिए, in the last topic we have discussed that we have three sectors in our economy: primary, secondary and tertiary sector, and all these three sectors combinedly produces goods and services in the economy. The very first line states this only, that the primary activity of these three sectors is to produce goods and services in the economy. All the three sectors have a large number of people working in them to produce these goods and services. Now, all three sectors, primary, secondary and tertiary sector, they can't produce goods by their own. If they have the machinery or the production area, they require human labor force, workforce or the employed person to do the task. What happened? They required labor, and in terms of labor we can say that there is a requirement of another factor called employment. Called what? Employment in the three sectors. All three sectors to produce goods and services required labor force, or we can say employment for the production of goods and services. The next step there is to see how much goods and services are produced and how many people work in the sector. This line states that now the activity of all three sectors is to produce goods and services. Second line says that we required labor force or employed person to carry on the production activities. Now the third line states that the goods and services which we produce in the economy, now we have to calculate that how much goods and services is to be प्रोड्यूस. अभी तक इकोनॉमी में कितना गुड्स और सर्विस प्रोड्यूस हुआ है, इसको कैलकुलेट करना, एंड टू नो दैट हाउ मैनी पीपल आर वर्किंग. इट मीन्स दैट टू हाउ मैनी पीपल वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड द एम्प्लॉयमेंट. In an economy there could be one or more sectors which are dominant in terms of total production and employment. Very good. Listen carefully. Now we have three sectors. The primary, secondary and tertiary. The question is all the three sectors are producing goods and services in equal quantity? The second question is, first question is related with the production of goods and services. Is all the three sectors are producing equal number, or there is dominance of one sector over another in the production of goods and services? Or second thing is on the basis of employment, is the employment provided by the each sector, primary, secondary and tertiary, is the same, equal, or again there is a dominant of one sector over other sector in while providing the employment. This very first passage of this topic clearly notified to us that what we have to study in this coming topic. We have to study about that primary, secondary and tertiary sector, what they are producing, how much they are producing, and for how many people they are providing employment to. Second point, how do we count the various goods and services are known the total production in each sector? Now again I repeat, let's suppose we have three sectors, the primary, the secondary and the tertiary. Total numbers of goods produced by each sector. Let's suppose product A is produced by primary sector and this is cost of rupees 10. Secondary sector produces goods B and this is cost of rupees 20. Tertiary sector produces services which cost again rupees 10. The total number of goods are produced by A and B sector, services are produced by tertiary sector, and here the value of all goods and services produced in the economy, if we aggregate them, if we make them total, what we get? We get the total production in each sector. Total production of primary sector is 10, total production of primary sector is 20, total production of tertiary sector is again 10. Now total goods produced in the economy is 40. This is the total production of goods and services in the economy. This is the meaning of this heading. Now we carry on. With so many thousands of goods and services produced, you might think this is an impossible task. Not only would the task be enormous, but might also wonder how we can add up car and computers and nails and furniture. It won't make sense. Now again, being a student of class 10th, you can have this idea in your mind that it is really an impossible task, that what product we are producing in the economy, from nail, एक छोटी सी सुई से लेकर, एक छोटी सी कील से लेकर till a big jumbo aircraft, we are producing all these things, and it is very difficult to count. It's a very big task and very difficult to count value of each and every product, goods and service in the economy. But we do it. You are right in thinking so. To get around this problem, economists suggest that the value of goods and services should be used rather than taking up the actual number. Okay, the first simple answer given by the economist is that instead of calculating the number of the quantity, actual number of the quantity. What does this mean? We do not add that we produces 5 kgs of sugar, we produces 1 bag, we produces 2 fans. We can't take the production of total economy in numbers. How we take this? We take this total production of economy in the value of goods and services what we produces. Let's suppose if we produces 5 kg of sugar, let's accept that this 5 kg would be of rupees 300, and we produces 2 fans. The cost of these 2 fans were 4,000. Again, the total goods produced in the economy is of 4,300. So this is how we can take the value of goods and services while calculating the national income or while calculating the total product in each sector of the economy, and not the numbers. हमें वैल्यू लेनी होती है, नंबर्स क्वांटिटी मेजर हम नहीं करते. Remember, there is one precaution that has to be taken. Not every goods and services that is produced and sold needed to be counted. It makes sense only to include the final goods and services. Okay, let me explain this with one more example. The question arises from this topic is that while calculating the final value of goods and services, we have to take only while calculating the total production in economy, we have to take only the final value of goods and services, and other value is to be avoided. How it could be possible? Let's understood with an example. Now take an example. Let's suppose there is a farmer, and farmer produces crop. Now this crop is cost rupees 100. Farmer sell this crop. Let's suppose this is the crop of wheat. Farmer sell this crop to an flour mill, and flour mill again make flour from this wheat, and again sell the flour of rupees 150. Now a bakery owner purchase this flour, wheat flour of rupees 150, make bread from the flour, and now it sell the bread in rupees 250. I again repeat my example. किसान ने जो है गेहूं उगाया 100 रुपये का, मील वाले ने गेहूं लिया और मील वाले ने आटा बनाया, गेहूं से आटा बनाया और आटा उसने बेचा 150 रुपीज़ का. बेकरी वाले ने आटा खरीदा, एंड द बेकर make the bread and sold the bread for rupees 250. Now in this very example, point came to us that what value should be taken in the production of goods and services. It is told to us that only the final value. Now what is the final value? Final value is that value which is offered to the final consumer. If you are a final consumer and you purchase a product for the consumption, who is the final consumer? Final consumer is the person or is the individual or the firm which bought the product for its consumption, for this consumption purpose. So the final value is 250, which is to be sold to whom? To the final consumer. Now again I have a question for you. जब किसान ने गेहूं उगाया तो किसान ने गेहूं मील वाले को बेचा. Now meal owner is not the consumer. He is not producing the product for its own consumption. He is purchasing the product to make another product and make it sell to someone another. So this product of wheat to the mill owner is the raw material and not the final product. Again, what mill owner do? Mill owner purchase the wheat, and purpose of mill owner is to make flour and sold out this flour to the bakery owner. It simply means that mill owner also not taking this product for its own consumption. Why he is purchasing the product? He is purchasing the product for further production. It simply means it is a intermediate product or raw material to him. Again, when a bakery owner sell the bread to the consumer, this consumer, let's suppose Rahul purchased the bread for its consumption. It simply means that in this case the bread is the final product. Final product is that product which is available to the producer for its consumption and not for the further production. So I again repeat my question. Till now we have understood that what we have to do in the economy, we have to add on the goods and services produced by all the three sectors, and while adding the value in the economy, we have to take the final value of the goods and services to be produced. We have clearly understood what is the final value and what is not the intermediate value. Again I repeat my question, I repeat my example, that there is a farmer who produces wheat for rupees 100. There is another producer of flour mill, and mill purchased this wheat and make the flour and sold it for rupees 150. Again, the flour is purchased by a bakery owner, and bakery owner purchased the flour for 150, make the bread and sold the bread for rupees 250. Now the consumer Rahul is the final consumer who purchased this product at 250 for its final consumption. So it is very clear that now which is the final product. Final product is the bread, not the flour or not the wheat. Now we have to take the value of final product. Again take the example, if we add the value, let's suppose I add rupees 100, rupees 50 and rupees 250, it will total of around 2, 3, 4, 500. Is the final value which we sold to the product is of the 500 rupees? Simple answer is no. Then what happened in this case? Let's again take, this is in our example, that what happened when farmer produces wheat, it sold the wheat to the mill owner purchased the wheat at rupees 100 and add the value of rupees 50. Then mill owner sold the flour of rupees 150 to the baker. Now baker purchased the flour of rupees 150 and add the value of rupees 100 to it. Now what happened? In this case, in the wheat, which is the basic product of rupees 100, value added is of rupees 50, 150. Again value added is of rupees 100, which is total. Add 100 to 150 and 150 to rupees 100. It is simply become the 250. What is 250? 250 is the final value of the product to be sold for the consumption. That's why in the book it is written that the final value of the product is to be considered while calculating the national income or finding the total value of goods and services to be produced in the economy. Now what happen if we again add 100 with 150 and 150 to 200? If we add 100 with 150, what happen here? We added, flour mill owner added only value of 50, and if we add again 150 to 100, what will happen? We added 100 again with value addition of 50. अगर हम 150 को ऐड करेंगे तो हम 100 के साथ 50 को भी जोड़ देंगे, जबकि वैल्यू सिर्फ 50 रुपीज़ की ही ऐड हुई है. इसमें प्रॉब्लम ये होगी that the value of wheat, the cost of wheat of rupees 100, which is added at first stage, it is again added in the second stage. This is known as the problem of double counting. Question भी आता है कि what is the problem of double counting? So double counting यही है, if we in the next very stage in the production process we have to add only the value addition part, not the value of the last product. This is the final passage from this page. Let's read it. Why are only final value of services counted? It is simply because to avoid the problem of double counting. In contrast to final goods such as wheat flour is an example of intermediate good. This is the same process what I make you understood. Same thing, same example is written here. The value of final goods already included in the value of intermediate good. I again repeat my example. When a wheat owner sell wheat of rupees 100 and a flour owner sell the flour of rupees 150, simply it means 100 rupees of cost जो फ्लोर मिल वाला है उसके लिए 100 रुपये की कॉस्ट जो रॉ मटेरियल की थी वो है, एंड 50 रुपीज़ ऑफ द वैल्यू एडिशन. वी गेट 150 बाय कैलकुलेटिंग 100 विद वैल्यू एडिशन, एंड इफ वी ऐड 100 विद 150, यहाँ पे क्या होगा, हम रुपीज़ 100 की कॉस्ट को वापस से ऐड ऑन कर देंगे. इसी को यहाँ पे क्या कहा गया, दैट गुड ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड इन द इंटरमीडिएटरी गुड्स, वैल्यू ऑफ दिस गुड्स इज नॉट टू बी इंक्लूडेड. The value of final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year, total production of the sector. Now, the question arises from this simple topic is, what is GDP or gross domestic product? Well, gross domestic product is the final value of goods and services which each sector in the economy is producing. Each sector of the economy, like primary, secondary and tertiary, what they produces in the economy, what product they produces, the value of those products, if we aggregate those value, if we make them total, then value of those product is known as gross domestic product, GDP. सिंपली अगर हमने अपने देश की बाउंड्री लाइन के अंदर जितने भी सेक्टर हैं, उन सभी सेक्टर्स के द्वारा प्रोड्यूस की जाने वाली सभी प्रोडक्ट को प्रोड्यूस प्रोडक्ट की वैल्यू को टोटल कर लिया है, तो वो हमारी क्या बन जाएगी, ग्रोस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट. द वैल्यू ऑफ फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस इन द ईच सेक्टर ड्यूरिंग अ पर्टिकुलर ईयर इज टोटल प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द सेक्टर ऑफ दैट ईयर. नाउ इन द वेरी नेक्स्ट पैसेज द सिंपल टास्क इज हु डू सो टास्क. इकोनॉमी के अंदर इस टास्क को करता कौन है. मेहमत का यहाँ पे मतलब है कि ये बहुत बड़ा टास्क है, इसको करता कौन है. जीडीपी की कैलकुलेशन को, मेजरमेंट ऑफ जीडीपी को, इट इज़ डन बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्ट्री. दिस इज डन बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट मिनिस्ट्री. रिसेंटली Indian government began to bring out the contribution of three sectors toward gross value added in each place contribution to each sector. Okay, here is a little glimpse of the next point where GVA and GDP. GVA simply is the value addition by each sector in the economy. हर सेक्टर के द्वारा जितनी भी वैल्यू ऐड होती है उस वैल्यू के टोटल को GVA बोल देते हैं. ये आप अभी तो नहीं, पर आप नेक्स्ट के सेशन में, नेक्स्ट के क्लासेस में ज़रूर पढ़ोगे. तो ये था हमारा आज का टॉपिक का नाम क्या था हमारे पास, कंपैरिजन बिटवीन द थ्री सेक्टर्स ऑफ द इकोनॉमी. अभी तक हमने सिर्फ टॉपिक डिस्कस किया है. नाउ वी हैव टू गो थ्रू फ्यू क्वेश्चन आंसर्स ऑल्सो. ओके, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज, आई मेक दिस कैमरा लिटिल स्मॉलर नाउ. ओके, व्हाट इज GDP? So the answer is the sum of the value of final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year is known as GDP for that product. किसके द्वारा मेजर की जाती है? GDP is simply measured by the central government ministry. While estimating the national income, only the value of final goods and services is used. Answer is yes. Only final value of goods and services we use. What problem occur? We get a problem of double avoiding of double counting. To avoid this problem of double counting, we use only the value addition, and this is clearly explained with help of a simple example here. In the answer you have to write the answer in the same way. So ये था आज का हमारा टॉपिक, और ये था इस टॉपिक के ऊपर बुक का डिस्कशन, और उस बुक के डिस्कशन पे कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. होप यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. गो थ्रू द टॉपिक, वॉच द वीडियो अगेन एंड आस्क द क्वेरीज इन द क्लास. होप यू एंजॉय इट. ऑल द बेस्ट.